is working to help hundreds of homeless people from Elkhart all the way to Chicago. He recently formed a non-profit group that distributes donations to homeless shelters and people sleeping on the streets. News Center 16's Stephanie Stang joins us with more on this man's mission. And Steph, how did he get it started?
Well, Terry, the idea came to John Schaefer back in November of 2012. He was in Chicago walking along Michigan Avenue, Christmas shopping, and he noticed many homeless people sleeping outside on the street. That's when he made it his mission to help them. For John Schaefer, the mission to help the homeless didn't start so close to home.
Well, I've got children's clothes and women's clothes because I'd seen that was kind of a recent request on Facebook.
For now, he's dropping off clothes at Faith Mission in Elkhart after a recent plea for some of the necessities.
But when it's someone coming in the front doors of Faith Mission and everything that they own is on their back, it's a big deal.
And he's also visited 5 other shelters in Michiana with donations after forming a non-for-profit called the Michiana Five for the homeless.
Fortunately, there's not many homeless people that sleep on the streets of Elkhart, downtown, and in South Bend. And we want to then help the shelters like Faith Mission today that are already established and house the homeless and help support them and their efforts.
Ultimately, the group's goal is to help many people that sleep on the streets in the Windy City. The idea came after Schaefer saw an overwhelming need while Christmas shopping more than a year ago.
We feel it's part of our efforts to continue to reach out to the homeless, and it's certainly a need that needs to be addressed.
And hopefully, as the group continues to gain momentum, those needs will be served from Elkhart to Chicago.
But when we've been able to give them clothing and necessities, they seem to light up.
Now, for the meantime, Schaefer has been to Chicago at least 16 times in the past since starting his organization, and he estimates he's helped more than 250 people. But, Terry, his next trip is planned very soon on the 20th of July.
Wow, and you mentioned this group keeps growing. This next trip to Chicago, bigger than previous trips?
It's planned. They're planning to help 200 people, and they will have a full line. They'll be serving food.
Wow. A great effort. All right. Thanks, Steph.